Hello, good day. This is me again, Teacher Vicky, and I am your teacher in English. Our lesson for today is about analyzing characters in print, non-print, and digital materials. This is for quarter 1, and this is from the ADM. If you can recall, how do we analyze characters in a story? Yes, we can analyze characters in story by telling who are the characters in the story. For example, in the story Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, we can say that thus the characters in the story are Snow White, the Seven Dwarfs, the prince, and of course, the evil stepmom. And of course, the setting. How do we analyze the setting of the story? We can always answer it by answering the where and the when, or the place or the location of the story where it happened, and of course, the time. At this time, you are learning how to analyze characters in terms of age, gender, race, nationality, attitude, and behavior. Thereafter, you will analyze the setting, whether this is urban or rural, affluent or poor. Of course, when we say age, it can be young or old, or be more specific. The age, for example, 7 years old, 21 years old, and so on and so forth. Gender can be male or female. Race can be Asian, American. Nationality can be Filipino, of course. Attitude can be kind. And behavior can be silent, shy. And when we go to setting, urban or rural, urban is actually the location. It can be in the city, and rural, this is in the countryside or usually in the provinces. Affluent is rich, which is when it compares to poor. Alright, so let's move on to the next slide. For our activity 1, think and talk. Think about your positive characteristics. Illustrate yourself in the box, then write your characteristics in the dialogue balloon below. Okay, so the activity is something like this. So again, you're going to draw yourself, and then like a thinking balloon, it's like this one. So you're going to write a statement about yourself or a description about yourself. For example, you will say, I am helpful because, okay, you can continue with something like, I am helpful because I help my mother in cleaning our house. Something like that, okay? So we have our rubrics at the second slide. Okay, so this is our rubrics for think and talk. So you can always follow the ones in the very good column for you to get 4 in these 2 categories. Okay, so if you got that 4 in that 2 categories, you will get 8 points. Okay, so I hope you will not get poor, which is only 1. Okay, so I know you can do it. For activity 2, picture analysis, let's observe the picture below, which was taken by Rafael Castillo for an article to our gallant COVID-19 frontliners. The world owes you debt of gratitude. It is from the Philippine Daily Inquirer. So let's analyze this picture. Again, you can pause this video, or let's try to check the guide questions for you to answer this. So here are the guide questions. Okay, so we have 7 questions for you to answer. So going back, so let's try to answer the questions. Let's start with number 1. What do you think is the picture all about? Okay, so as you can see, we can see people who are wearing white, so they are the frontliners. So what can you say about the characters in the picture? Yes, they are the doctors. What do you think of their gender and how old do you think are they? So as we analyze the characters in the story, so as for the gender, I think they are all female. And I think if we compute and analyze the age of the doctors, usually they are in their 30s or in their 40s. And what do you think is their nationality? Of course, they are Filipino unless they have dual citizenship. Okay, so again, so these are our dear frontliners, and they're actually, we salute them because of their services, especially during the pandemic, because they took care of the people, of the sick people, which are in the hospital because of COVID-19. For the continuation of the guide questions, so for number 5, what do you think is their attitude towards their work? As you can see, so they are actually smiling, even though I think they are very tired because of their work, but still they are smiling because I think they did a very good job in sacrificing for our country. Okay, so why did you say that? Yes, of course, because in the amidst the difficulties and the pandemic, they are still there and they are doing their job just to help our fellow Filipinos who are sick and in need of their help. For number 6, where do you think are they? Are they in the city or in the province? So why do you think so? So if you can look back at the picture, I thought they are in the hospital, but I think they are in a restaurant. So I think they will eat there, or they already eaten as they took their pictures, and usually they are in the city. Okay, so yeah. And for number 7 is the setting of the picture, rich or poor, why or why not? So I think we can say that they are not that poor. Maybe they are, yes, they are rich. Okay, because doctors are supposedly they are not that poor, because if they are professionals and they serve our country, especially in terms of our health and medical. So before you can analyze characters and setting, it is essential that you first learn the meaning of print, non-print, and digital materials. There are different materials or resources where we can get information. These are print, non-print, and digital materials. Print materials refer to any publication, document, or record including, but not limited to, the following: newspapers, magazines, books, photographs, drawings, maps, almanac, dictionary, atlas, encyclopedia, yearbook, magazines, etc. So these are the materials that you can already hold by your hands. Non-print materials refer to formats with special characteristics whose information content can only be accessed through the use of machines. Digital equipment such as e-book, e-journals, electronic images, audiovisual materials, tape recording, and others. While digital materials refer to electronic records and other content, MS Office files, PDFs, image, audio, or video files, etc., that were originally created and or stored in a digital environment, such as web servers, desktop computers, digital cameras, digital video recorders, and others. Basically, characters and setting can be analyzed in print, non-print, and digital materials. Characters used in print, non-print, and digital materials can be analyzed in terms of age and gender, race and nationality, and attitude and behavior. On the other hand, settings used in print, non-print, and digital materials can be analyzed in terms of urban or rural and affluent or poor. For our activity 3, character and setting analysis, so we are going to critically observe the picture on the next slide. So let's complete the following table by describing and analyzing the picture in terms of age and gender, race and nationality, and attitude and behavior. And of course, for the setting, whether it's urban or rural, and affluent or poor. So here is the picture or the image that we need to analyze as we answer the next slide, wherein there is the table that we need to fill in. Okay, so if you need more time, you can always pause the video for you to answer this. So imagine that you already finished answering this. So let's try to answer it now. So for the characters, we can say, so 2 women, you can say 2 people or 2 girls. Or for age and gender, we can only estimate. For example, I said that 21 years old and then female, or 25 years old and female. Unless you said that this is 8 years old, of course not, or 65 years old. So the age range should be in at least 20 to 40 years old. For race and nationality, of course, they are Asian and Chinese. You can also say that they are Filipinos because of their look. And for attitude and behavior, I said spoiled and serious, but you can always put there any attitude and behavior that you can see on the image. For the setting, of course, it can be in rural or urban. But as you look at the picture, it can be in the urban or in the city. Of course, they are affluent or rich. So let's have another activity here. So we have another image for you to answer. So let's try to look at their picture and analyze so that you'll be able to answer the table on the next slide. Okay, so again, if you need more time, you can always pause the video. So here are the answers. Okay, for the characters, we can say it's a family, or you can say one man and three children. And for age and gender, I must say that they are a 35-year-old man or a male, and then 8-year-old female, 5 years old, and then 3 years old. You can also say that at least the age range is on that same range. Okay, but for the gender of the children, smaller ones, we can say that you can write there whether they are female or not female, because we cannot tell actually by their expression. We cannot tell, or by their hair, because sometimes it's not that long. Maybe they are actually male. So for the race and nationality, of course, they are Asian and they are Filipinos. For attitude, you can always put there, depends on the image. So I put here happy or simple. And for the setting, this is in urban. Usually they are in urban, but actually you can also see it in rural, but not so much. And of course, they are poor. So what have I learned? So what do you think is the answer for this? Okay, so let's just fill in the blanks. Okay, so you learned that. Okay, so that is print materials refer to any publication, document, or record, including but not limited to the following. So those are the examples of print materials. Okay, so how about this? What kind of materials refer to formats with special characteristics whose information content can only be accessed through the use of machines, digital instrument, or equipment such as e-books, e-journals, electronic images, audiovisual materials, tape recordings? Of course, they are non-print materials. Okay, so what kind of materials refer to electronic records and other content? Okay, so that were originally created and or stored in a digital environment. Of course, they are the digital materials. Characters used in print, non-print, and digital materials can be analyzed in terms of, yes, age and gender, race and nationality, and attitude and behavior. On the other hand, settings used in print, non-print, and digital materials can be analyzed in terms of urban or rural and affluent or poor. Okay, so for activity 4, this is family write-up. In your English notebooks, write something about your family in terms of age and gender, race and nationality, and attitude and behavior of the members of your family. Then describe the setting of your home, whether your home is in the rural or urban, and if your location is in an affluent or poor neighborhood. Your work is evaluated based on the standards below. So it is on the next slide. So again, here are the rubrics for your family write-up output. Good luck! For your evaluation, you are going to answer true or false. So write true if the statement is correct and false if it is incorrect. So we have 10 items for this. You can always pause the video if you are not finished or you need more time to answer. Okay, so I know you can do it. Don't forget to subscribe, click the like button, and hit the notification bell for you to be notified for our next video. Thank you and God bless. Bye!